we're going to do Mr Wiggle and Mr Waggle, and we'll all do it together, but as we're doing it, bear the question in mind, what language patterns are being taught? What are the children internalising? Why do we do it? And can you do it with any old text, or is it a very specific thing? So think carefully about the language patterns, because afterwards I'm going to ask you that question. And when we started in wherever we started, there was just a stunned silence because everybody had forgotten it. So think about the question as we go along. Right, glasses off, here we go. So if you get Mr Wiggle out and Mr Waggle, we'll be ready to rock and roll. So join in as we go along. Once upon a time there were two friends, Mr Wiggle and Mr Waggle. Let's say that together. Once upon a time there were two friends,
Mr Wiggle and Mr Waggle.
Okay, let's put them in their houses. Open up the doors. The things make noises. Let's put them inside. In their pot. Close the doors. You're cottoning on. You're pretty sharp. Okay. Early one morning, Mr Wiggle woke up and he thought to himself, I'll go and visit my friend Mr Waggle. Let's say that together. Early one morning, Mr Wiggle woke up and he thought to himself, I'll go and visit my friend Mr Waggle. And then it goes so he, ready? So he opened up the door. Out he popped, closed the door, and it goes then he, ready? Then he went up the hill and down. And up the hill and down the hill and round the roundabout, all the way to Mr Waggle's house. Got the wiggle and the waggle muddled in my head for a moment, to Mr Waggle's house. Then he goes where he knocked on the door, ready? Where he knocked on the door. You think Mr Waggle came to the door? No, he did not. Don't do that. But he goes, so he knocked on the door again, ready? So he knocked on the door again. Do you think Mr Waggle came to the door? No, he did not. Poor Mr Wiggle felt, he felt really sad. Ready for so? So he went up the hill and down the hill.
And up the hill and down the hill. And up the hill and down the hill.
You got that bit, but some of you are going round the roundabout the wrong way. So think about it. All the way home where he opened up the door. In he popped, closed the door, and then he fell fast asleep. And now, if we can bear it, Mr Waggle does precisely the same thing the next morning. So early the next morning, you ready? Early the next morning, Mr Waggle woke up and he thought to himself, I'll go and visit my friends. So he opened up the door, out he popped, closed the door, then he went up the hill and down the hill,
up the hill and down the hill, up the hill and down the hill, and round and back.
Still going round the wrong way, so all the way to Mr Wiggle's house, where he knocked on the door. Do you think Mr Wiggle came to the door? No, he did not. So Mr Waggle knocked on the door again. Did Mr Wiggle come to the door? No, he did not. Poor Mr Waggle felt sad. He did, he felt sad. So he went up the hill and down the hill.
Up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and round the roundabouts.
I'm going both ways, I don't care. All the way home where he opened up the door. In he popped, closed the door, and he fell fast asleep. Now early the next morning they both woke up and thought to themselves, I'll go and visit my friend. So they opened up the doors, out the pop, closed the doors, then they went up the hill and down the hill.
And up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and round the roundabouts.
You had to think then, didn't you? Which way are we going to go? All the way till they met in the middle. Let's have them on a bridge. Now at that particular point, we could do some business. So you could say, so they decided to sing their rhyme of the week, and they all sit there going, Twinkle, twinkle, like that. Or you could get them in pairs, and we could do a little bit of business. So I'll be Mr. Wiggle. You get your waggle. You ready?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I came calling yesterday and you didn't come to the door.
Oh, I must have fell asleep.
Oh, yeah. Rough night?
It was a late one.
Oh, right, okay.
You're looking like
Fun as if it's real.
Anyway, so there's a little bit of fun there, and then we say, we get out of it by saying, Service said bye-bye. Ready? Service said bye-bye. Then they went up the hill and down the hill.
And up the hill and down the hill, and up the hill and down the hill, and round, around, around.
All the way home where they opened up the doors, in they popped, closed the doors, and they both fell fast asleep. Shh. 4-leaf clover, our story is over. What a lovely thing.